Nancy, we're seeing probably the biggest cluster of homes in terms of just the sheer number of homes in one little neighborhood that have been damaged and destroyed, or in some cases possibly destroyed. Some of them are in pretty bad shape, and it's hard to tell if which parts are still remaining intact. Things like that. Dave's going to zoom in here, show you this house, for example. It's got its roof gone. We've seen another house as we pull out. There's one that has a whole wall that's ripped off of it. I believe that's that house right there. You can see the wall just sort of popped out or got sucked out right laying in the yard there, siding everywhere all over the yard there. So in this house, in this neighborhood, I should say, it looks like to me that just about every house has some kind of damage to it. So there are probably maybe 20, 25 homes in this little neighborhood. This is right at the Matanzas Inlet. So if you don't know where that is, it's fairly far north in Flagler County, and there's an inlet to the Matanzas River that comes right off the ocean here. So these folks, this little neighborhood is sandwiched between the river and the ocean. So it's clear, because you can sort of see in parts of these neighborhoods that they got a lot of water down their streets and a lot of wind coming in right off the ocean. And of course, just beyond, if we could pull out, Dave, give me a good wide shot so we can even see some of this, how the wind would whip across this open area. That right across the bridge there really isn't anything. So there's nothing in this inlet to stop the wind from really starting to howl around these homes. And you just go one after the other, and they're all suffering some sort of damage, whether it's the roof, the walls, other parts of it, and of course debris just littering all over this little neighborhood. I'm going to estimate probably 30 homes here have been damaged, guys.
Looks like, is that the National Guard that was there on the bridge?
That is the National Guard on the bridge, and I think that's the National Guard guys that we were watching head north. We don't know exactly what they're doing because vehicles have been coming back and forth across this bridge. It's possible that they're just here because this is one of the worst clusters of damage that we've seen, and they're just sort of trying to get things together and get ready to help these folks out. So that may be why they're here. It doesn't look like the road is completely closed, but it's hard to tell which vehicles might be vehicles coming to help and which vehicles would be just residents sort of trying to get back to their homes.
Well, again, this is an interesting perspective. I mean, we've seen entire neighborhoods completely untouched, unscathed, and then you come into a cluster basically like this, and you see a significant amount of damage. I mean, that one side of the house there where you saw the 2x4 frame, and it basically looked like it just been either knocked out from the inside, you couldn't tell, or whether it had been sucked out, as Steve said. It's a unique perspective to show you the force of what exactly was going on in that particular neighborhood.
Yeah, we are going to stay on in the air for you to continue to capture these images, and it seems like hour by hour we're just getting more and more and new things really from every county along the coast. One thing we do want to talk to you about before we get off the air is the conditions out on the beach. All morning we have seen more and more people as we've gotten later into the day